Hello friends, welcome to lecture number 25. In today's class, we'll read about Kirchhoff's rules. Okay, so Kirchhoff has basically given two rules, your KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, and KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. This Kirchhoff's current law is also known as junction rule. Okay, and this one, current Kirchhoff's voltage law, is also called as your loop rule. Okay, so this Kirchhoff's current law, it obeys the principle of conservation of charge, conservation of charge. Okay, whereas your KVL obeys the principle of conservation of energy, conservation of energy. So this has come in many entrance exams, so kindly be careful about it. Remember that this is for conservation of charge, the other one is for conservation of energy. Okay, now first let us go over to your KCL. First study about KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. Okay, what does this law tells? It tells us the algebraic sum of all the current meeting at a junction of an electric circuit is 0. Mathematically, we can write summation I equal to 0. Followed? So let me give you illustrate it by giving an example. Suppose I have currents coming out or moving in at this point. So many are there. Okay. Here I find current I1 is moving away from the point. I find current I2 moving away, I3 entering, I4 entering, and I5 entering. Okay, so this point, if I name it as O, this point O is known as your junction. Okay, so total current across the junction is 0. So the sign conventions used here, according to the sign convention, it is used that whenever the current is entering, it is taken as positive. Whenever the current is leaving the junction, the current is taken as negative. So basing upon this sign convention, what I can see here, at junction O, I1 is leaving, so it is minus I1, minus I2, plus I3, because it is entering, plus I4, minus I5 is equal to 0. So this is how we can apply KCL. So let us see an example by which we can be clear. Okay, so I will do an example here. Suppose I see current 2 ampere which is entering this, and here 4 ampere is entering. Okay, after that, from here the current is 1 ampere. Here I don't know how much. Here it is 2 ampere in this branch, and here the current I. It is asking to find out the value I. Okay, so how to solve it? Here only KCL you are going to apply. Simple. So in this junction, 2 ampere, 4 ampere meet. So what is here? 6 ampere. So out of 6 ampere, 1 ampere flows in this direction. How much ampere will come here? 5 ampere. Okay, out of 5 ampere leaves 2 ampere. What should enter? It should enter minus 3 ampere. So I value will be minus 3. It is quite easy to go for KCL. Okay. Then the second one what we'll study is your KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay. Now what does it mathematically tell you? I mean, what is the definition of that? It tells in a closed loop of an electric circuit, closed loop of an electric circuit, the algebraic sum of char- algebraic sum of of potential changes of potentials is 0. Mathematically we can write summation delta V is equal to 0. Okay. So then what are sign conventions we are using here? This is very important, the sign conventions what we are using. Basically there will be a potential drop across two points. What if in a circuit we have a resistance? Then there will be a potential drop. So this is A, this is B, and in this circuit the current is flowing I. Then another case we see, this is again current is like this. The current is flowing in this direction, again point A, point B. Now there will be a potential also in the cell. It is of this form, and the fourth sign convention will be in this form. So I have drawn all these possibilities what we have. Now what we do in a closed loop, we have to move ourselves. Okay, so how am I going to move? When I'm going to move myself and my movement direction is same as that of the current, then the potential drop will be minus IR. If I am moving in a direction opposite to that of the current, then here the potential drop will be plus IR. Okay, now I am moving from the higher potential to the lower potential. I am moving from higher potential to lower potential. It will be minus EMF of the cell. If I am moving from lower potential to higher potential, then I have to take plus E. So these are the sign conventions. So the red line is our direction. The red line is our direction of movement in a loop. Okay. So to make it very clear, what a loop is basically a closed surface. So we'll take an example here. It is told to find out the current through each resistor. So you will see here that the closed loop, if I consider, I was talking about in a closed loop I have to apply KVL. So A, B, E, F is a closed loop. Similarly, your B, C, D, E is also a closed loop. Okay, so first how to solve this? First what we'll do, we will try to make out in which direction we are going to move. Okay, so let me move in this direction. I will be moving in this direction. Okay, in the second loop also I have to move in the same direction. It is like this. Okay, so basically I'm moving in clockwise direction. So first, now let us assume, in order to calculate the current, let us assume that in this branch the current is X. I don't know what should be the direction. I've just assumed it. In this direction is, in this branch it is Y, and both will meet at point E, and the current entering here is X plus Y. Again it gets detached from here, it gets detached, the current here X will go, here the current Y will go. So we have given the currents in each branches also followed. So, and we have also shown in what direction we should move. Now the thing is, we have to apply the Kirchhoff's law. The Kirchhoff's law will be applied in the two loops. First we will apply in the loop ABEF. If I consider in ABEF, this 1 ampere, the current is in this direction X. My direction and current direction is same. So what will I take according to sign convention? Minus 1 into X. Okay, in the here I will move from lower potential to higher potential, therefore it will be plus 10. Okay, then in this one, what I will do, the current direction and my direction is same, so minus 2 into X plus Y. Okay, then here I will move from higher potential to lower potential, so it is minus 30. So this is equal to 0. I hope you all have understood how I have written this equation. Framing this equation is very, very important. Okay, now let me simplify this expression. If I simplify, this will come minus 3x minus 20 minus 2y is equal to 0. So 3x plus 2y is equal to minus 20. This is the first equation. Okay, now let us go to the second loop. Second loop will be B C D E. B C D E. In the second loop, what we'll observe, you'll see here. First, let me consider this one. Here, the current direction is up. Okay, now suppose let me start from 50 volt here. So I will be moving from lower potential to higher potential. That means it will be plus 50. Okay, then I will encounter this 2 ohm resistor. My direction and the current in the 2 ohm resistor is on the opposite direction, so there will be plus. So plus 2y, and then comes this 30 volt. I will move from lower potential to higher potential, so plus 30. Okay, and then again this 2 ohm, my direction, current direction is opposite, so again I will do 2 into x plus y is equal to 0. So here all the things are positive, followed according to the sign convention I have taken. Okay, okay, now let me solve this. If I solve it, open it up and solve, 4y plus 2x plus 80 is equal to 0, or 2x plus 4y is equal to minus 80. So I give it as equation 2. So how many unknowns are there? X and y are the unknowns. How many equations we have? 2 equations. So now pure mathematics. Okay, so we can write 6x plus 4y is equal to minus 20. So what I have done, to equation number 1 I have multiplied by 2. Now here I will have 2x plus 4y is equal to minus 80. So this gives me, if I go for subtraction of these two equations, if I go for the subtraction of these two equations, I will get this 4y gets cancelled out. So 4x is equal to 40. X is equal to 10 ampere. Okay, so you see where this x is there, that means here in 1 ampere the current will be around 10 ampere. In 1 ohm resistor the current flows is 10 ampere. Okay, this one we found out. Then we have to find out y also. So again this will give you 30. If I'll put the value of x in equation number 1, if I put it in equation number 1, then I'll have 30 plus 2y is equal to minus 20. So 2y is equals to minus 50. Y is equal to minus 25. Okay, so what does this give me? What this minus 25 tells me, that the direction which I have taken here, it has to be opposite. I have to choose it in opposite direction. Therefore, the minus sign has come in the current. So actually this is not the direction, rather the direction of y has to be in this manner. Accordingly, your x plus y will change. So in getting into such kind of complications, it is better that you have to mention here that since why this negative, what does this negative sign indicates? This negative sign indicates that the direction what we have chosen is it has to be changed, particularly for the y direction. X direction is okay because it is positive, right? Again, what we, y is minus 25 means what? That means across 2 ohm, across your this 2 ohm you will have what is the current? 25 amperes. Okay, then only one more resistor left in the middle, that is 2 ohm here. It is x plus y. So what we will get? So x plus y is equal to 10 minus 25, it equal to minus 15 ampere. That means in this branch your x plus y direction what you have shown, it has to be reversed. Why? Because negative sign is coming, negative 15. Okay, so it is x plus y is minus 15 ampere. So for 1 ampere the current in that is 10 ampere current. For 2 ohm it is 15 ampere, and for another 2 ohm which is at the one of the sides, that will be 2 ohm is 25 ampere. So this is how you can apply your Kirchhoff's law and can solve complicated circuits which are given. For our simplicity, let us go for another circuit. Okay, here we have got another circuit and it is asked to find out I1. So let me tell you, let me name it. So it is in the diagram it is given, this one is I1. Okay, this one is I, and this current here is I minus I1, and here the current is I minus I1. Okay, and here it is I. Followed? So this is how the current is given. Now first of all what I have to find? I have to find the loops. So what are the two loops? First loop is PRQP. PRQP. This is one of the loops. So in this loop, let us apply the KVL law. Okay. If I apply it, what I will have across 20. So let me first choose the direction. I choose my direction in this manner, in the clockwise direction. So my direction and the current direction across the 20 ohm resistor is same. So it will be minus 20 I1. Then comes the 60 ohm. My direction, current direction is same. So minus 60 I plus 4. Why plus 4? I go from lower potential to higher potential. So higher means plus 4 is equal to 0. So let me just simplify it. So 20 I1 plus 60 I is equals to 4. Give it as equation 1. Then let us go to the next loop, PSRP. This is the other loop. In the other loop, let us start from the potential 5 volt. I will move from higher to lower. So it will be minus 5. Okay. Then comes 200 ohm. Here my direction, current direction is same. So minus 200 I minus I1. Then comes this 20 ohm resistor. So my direction, current direction is opposite. So it will be plus 20 I1 is equal to 0. Now nothing is there, just only mathematics. No more physics is involved from hereafter. If I open it up, what I'll have minus 5 minus 200 I plus 200 I1 plus 20 I1 is equal to 0. Okay, so this implies 220 I1 minus 200 I is equals to 5. Okay, so this is what I will get. Let me give it as equation number 2. This is equation 2. So if I divide it by further by 5 also, I can also achieve, this can be simplified further to be 44 I1 minus 40 I is equals to your 1. Okay. So now I have to solve this. What I will do is, to equation 1 I multiply by 2, and equation 2 I multiply by 3. So what I'll have to equation 1, let me multiply 2. 2 means it will come out to be 40 I1 plus 120 I is equal to 8. Okay, now to equation 3, let me multiply 3 with that. So basically let me give it as equation, this was equation 2. If I give it as equation 2, I multiply 3, 44 into 3, 132. 132 I1 minus 120 I is equals to 3. So now simply add both of them. If you will add both of them, this gets cancelled out. So what is left out? 172 I1 is equals to 8 plus 3, 11. So this implies I1 will be equal to 11 by 172, which is equal to 0.064 ampere. So this is how you can solve complicated circuits using KCL and KVL. Okay, I hope everybody liked this video. Please do not forget to share it. Subscribe my channel in order to get some interesting concepts like this. Okay, any queries you have, you can mail me in the mail ID which is given below. Thank you for your kind patience.